Hi, so today I'm going to make a DIY like tea drop, which is like a solid tea that doesn't need a tea bag or an infuser or anything like that. For summer, I'm going to do 3 flavors: hibiscus, lavender mint, and this is mint spearmint from my own garden, my first batch that I have dried. And the lavender is local to me in Wisconsin. And then the last one is going to be from strawberries and black tea, so that one will have caffeine. And the beautiful thing about these is that you can customize them with any freeze-dried fruit powders, whatever is your favorite fruit. I thought with the hibiscus, blackberry would be really nice too, but the hibiscus was great on its own. And here I showed you the raw honey that I got at my local health food store. I highly recommend using the really thick raw honey. That's what works best. There is a brand that is called Tea Drops with an S, and they use organic cane sugar in theirs, and you could certainly do that as well if you're allergic to honey or if you don't like honey. But those are a little bit harder to mold, and they involve other things. You have to get them wet with some water, and then that makes mold happen. Whereas with honey, you never have to worry about a mold problem. They just may be a little bit sticky. So here I am grinding up my mint in my mortar and pestle. You could use a blender or food processor if you wanted it a really fine powder. And next I'm going to be grinding up the lavender petals, and again you could do that also in a blender, but I kind of didn't mind for the hot tea. I wanted to show 3 different ways of drinking these summer teas. One in like as a hot tea, one as a cold iced tea made like sun tea, and then one in my glass teapot like tea for 2. And you can see here how super thick this raw honey is, and that's what makes this super easy to mold. I usually do a regular size kitchen spoon, a heaping spoonful with 2 spoonfuls of any kind of dry tea or powder or herb or spice or whatever. The more powder you put into it, the better off it turns because the honey is so sticky. In a minute here you'll see that I put on a glove to help mold them, and I highly recommend that too. And it is super easy just to take it off and wash it and reuse it, which is what I did, but it does make it easier to get it in this little mold. You want to have a silicone mold in any tiny small shape around the shape that I did here with the hearts, but it would be a good gift for like Christmas or all kinds of different holidays. You could mold all different little shapes, put them in a cute little bag or a jar, and it'd make a perfect gift for someone. Now see, this is the consistency you want. You want it to like start to stick together, and then I put the glove on and I can really get in there now and really work the tea and herbs into the honey. The more that you work it in there, the better tea drop you're gonna have. Next up, I really love how hibiscus tastes. It tastes so good. It almost does taste fruity, and it makes such a beautiful color in so many things. It's not possible to use it in soap because it turns brown, unfortunately, but it is so useful in this, and I've used it in my natural Play-Doh recipe, which I'll put that in the description as well. And it also could be a good natural colorant to paint like a mica on bubble bars and bath bombs and stuff like that. That's kind of how you can use a natural color that does discolor in soap, is that you could use it to make bath treats. And really use your spoon to help. Once you get it in the mold real good, I use the spoon to push it down and flatten the back, and that's what makes them look nice when they unmold, and it really helps them get pushed into the mold better. And last up is the strawberries. I got these freeze-dried strawberries from Aldi, and they were not even $3. So I know that freeze-dried fruit can be really expensive, so that's a wonderful place to look. Also, nuts.com is another great source of freeze-dried fruits and all different kinds, and they have it like already down to the powder, so you wouldn't have to do this. And so you could mix and match so many different flavors. And look how beautiful. See, again, I wish strawberry powder looked like that in soap, but it doesn't. But there's so many other things you can do with it. Cooking, baking, again, bath bombs, treats, candles, all kinds of stuff. And here is some finely ground loose leaf black tea. And that's what's nice about this, is that you can make, the sky's the limit for flavors that you like. You can make caffeinated ones, not caffeinated ones, green teas, matcha teas, so many different ideas. I'm actually going to have another video in the fall where I do 3 different fall flavors, so stay tuned for that. After you get them all in your molds, put them in the freezer. That is the best way to get them to unmold, is get them frozen nice and solid and real cold, and it should be easy to just pop them right out. Again, you got to play around with the honey ratios as well too, and use as little honey as possible. You want to use more dried herb and tea rather than honey, because the more honey you use, the stickier it is. And this is going to be the strawberry black tea. Was a sun tea. I put it out on my porch and let it go all day. These are ice cubes that I made with watermelon. I had so much watermelon and I just pureed it smooth and put it in an ice cube tray, and so mixed with the strawberry flavored tea and the watermelon ice cubes. It was so good. And I know hot teas are not usually a thing in the summer, but sometimes if you get up really early in the morning and it's still cool out, it's nice to have hot tea. I did not use a tea bag, but you could use a cloth reusable tea bag if you didn't like the little flecks of mint and lavender in your cup, and that would work great too. Something you could wash and reuse. And after I brewed the hibiscus ones, I put 2 in my little glass teapot because it's tea for 2. And look, I'm showing you the beautiful color. Once it brews for about 5 minutes, you get this. It just turns even more lovely pink. It's just an absolutely beautiful tea. And I thank you so much for watching today. I hope you liked this, and please comment if there's some flavors that you would like to try or like for me to make a video on and try. Like I said, I'll have some fall ones coming up in a few months, different flavors, and in the description I will list my naturally colored baking and cooking video playlist so that you can check that out as well. But so I hope you're having a nice summer and staying cool, and here's some good tea ideas to help you stay cool. Take care.